Don't let your kids watch it!
Hey there peoples. Sentient Eagle here with an experimental video. So I thought I would try to make a video with a narrator, but I don't know how well this will turn out. Oh well. Fuck it. I'll try it out, and if it doesn't work out I'll never try it again. You gotta love Robbie Rotten though. Today this video is featuring one of my favorite vehicles in World of Tanks, the Tier 9 US heavy tank, the M103. Now, moments before this battle I had just upgraded from the stock 105mm cannon to the 120. This particular upgrade only applies towards the cannon. So you keep the stock turret, tracks, and engine I believe. This brings the damage and pen up, but the accuracy and aim time are about the same, if not marginally worse. And because I'm on console, the upgrades come in bundles, which is the reason I'm using the stock turret. Which means, the frontal turret armor is pretty damn squishy. Its cheeks are weaker than my presence on YouTube, and not to mention the commander's hatch. That hatch is bigger than the wall Trump wants to build. Ha ha ha, but I'm a professional in stock tanking, so let's see what we can do here in this battle on Redshire. First up, the squishy Tier 7 T20. Damn. Too much lead and way too high. Just a heads up. I use auto lock to see if I have a shot on someone, so when you see me doing that, that's what it is. Now I realize my IS-3 buddy might need some help with that auto-loading Swede, and thankfully artillery was paying more attention than I do this entire battle, and puts a good round into him, leaving him on a one-shot. For, well, anyone with a 100mm or higher really. I am really lucky that none of those shots found its mark. That was a right donkey move there. So we swoop in and take our first kill. And when we do, we spot ourselves a bit of a tasty treat. Looking. Thinking of firing blind. But, no. There he is. Can we connect? Yes we can. And the IS-3 behind me shuts the enemy RD down. Next I see the Defender Premium Tier 8 Soviet Heavy. Firing armor piercing at his side from this angle blows his tracks off and damages him for a nice 409. That Black Prince was nice, giving me some assist damage. Not much, but I'll take it. Going for the track shot again. Can I get the retract before any more damage is done? That's a solid no. It's not going to matter for long though, as the Chrysler K shuts him down. And, oh look. A dangerous vehicle that needs to be sent back to garage. I fire. But I think I may have hit the dirt just short of him. Then the IS-3 strikes true again. Picking up a second kill. I need to start picking up the pace if I want to be effective like he seems to be. I go over this hill like a muppet, not knowing who could be on the other side, and lucky again. The hull armor of this vehicle holding up against the long 88 of the Tiger P. And a quick little snapshot back landing for 418. Is nice too. Looking for another shot, but he dips behind the hill before I can reload in time. I saw that shot whiz by, and that deep solid thud lets me know who it is. It has to be that WZ on the hill straight ahead. I ping him to ask RD to focus him because he's the biggest threat to our team as he shuts down our Chrysler. Again, I go full donkey, sitting spotted in the open on this hill, just to put a shot into the Tiger. But I get away with it. And I think to myself, well, nobody shot at me, and the Tiger is the only one targeting me. What's the harm in another shot? And again, I go unpunished. This match was played eons ago from the time of the video's release. So at the time, this was the first time facing off against a true French heavy tank. And I go dumber than ever, thinking, what the hell? How do I pen this clown? How pen? As my first round bounces. Then I got distracted by the light tanks in the background. I was thinking I might be able to ruin their day, but it was not to be. Back to the French heavy. I was seriously trying to recall what Quacky Baby had said about this beast as I switched to the 110 giving broadside. I track him. But it looks like he had a repair cat still, and he slinks away before he receives any more punishment. As I switch back I think, fuck it, heat it is. Side of turret equals unnecessary gold round, but it's already loaded. So, la roll it is. I grow confident of my penning ability, which is 50-50, and wait for him to show. So it can bounce again. Fantastic. But the next one flies true and pens what looked like just below the mantelet. I try to put another one in, but, you know, 50-50. I look over and see the 12T and, knowing I have heat loaded, I aim for the tracks in hopes of stopping the little bugger. But I don't give enough lead and he scoot, and boogies on out of there with Artie just missing him. I turn back to the 110 and fire at him to let him know I haven't forgotten him there. But the shell goes high and he slides back. I try again for a sliver of the AMX turret and miss. You see me shaking my turret at my stupidity there. I think about trying to snipe one into him there, but decide not to. That decision might come back to bite me in the ass soon. I fire blind at that 12T hoping to track him or do some sort of damage. But again, I miss. I finally decide to push forward and help my team who had been holding the southern and western flank pretty well up until now. I fire wildly at the WZ praying that RN Jesus would shine upon me, but to no avail.
We've been detected. They've destroyed one of our tanks. Unlocking target.
Now I see the 12T confidently hoofing it to our wounded IS-3. I put a shot into him hoping to dissuade him, but he smells blood in the water.
Got him in our sight. They've spotted us.
And my next shell skips off the IS-3. A wild 132 appears. It uses 100mm. It's not very effective. Shot goes in the back of my turret, stealing my attention. Poor 132.
Enemy armor is
Stop running, you little prick.
got us in their sight. Ready to fire on target.
He was ultra lucky that his tracks absorbed that shot.
Fuel tank's been
Gotta fix that gas tank, because I'm not running with a fire extinguisher nor a firefighting crew. Double repair cats all the way, baby.
enemies looking right at us.
I said stop,
We hit them hard.
and thankfully Artie had my back. I used the last of my armor, piercing in that engagement, leaving me with 7 heat and 1 high explosive.
Fire on target.
Make that 6 and 1 as I whiff that shot at the 110. I decide that I wasn't going to worry about him anymore because our Artie is an exceptional player and great at cleaning up.
She's loaded. The enemy knows our location. They're trying to capture our base. Got him in our sight.
Speaking of cleaning up, it looks like the friendly IKV finishes off the enemy WZ as I take out the Tiger P with a flick shot, and the 12T finishes off the IKV with a typical French drive-by. And another flick shot damages the 12T's ammo rack as I take one in the ass from our friend in the French heavy.
Ready to fire on target. Ready to fire.
I think it was around this point I realized how much ammo I have remaining.
Their sight.
And what I want to do is just keep him spotted for Artie. But he has other plans. He forces me to fire. I bounce the return fire end, and I go for the ram, thinking to either kill him or take his tracks off and let Artie do
Damage. Focus on the
that.
area.
Alright, 1 tank remaining. The low. Sitting at almost full health and capping. I ping him asking for Artie to start melting him and to reset the cap, but he goes unspotted as the challenger who was spotting him hides behind a rock on the edge of the circle to stop the cap progress. I load high explosive thinking to just reset and force a draw or have Artie wither him to death. Coming up on the hill, I spot the low, I fire, and it flies true, striking his side and resetting the cap.
Enemies are capturing our base. Unlocking target.
Rippin' spaghetti, never forgetty Mr. Challenger. And I whiff a potentially critical shot.
We've lost.
Now I'm down to 2 heat rounds. Okay, think. I'm a 2-shot for him if he rolls high, and he's a 3-shot for me, but I have Artie, so now we are even. Now I'm thinking to face hug him and pray he doesn't realize my turret is stock and deny him shots at my hull while I load my final heat round. He fires at my prominent commander's hatch and misses. I wait for Artie to fire to maximize the chance of sealing the deal, but he fluffs the shot. And at this range, I'd have to be an absolute raging donkey's muppet to not secure this kill and win the game. Alright, so that was an ace tanker, a Confederate for doing damage to at least 6 enemy tanks that were sequentially killed by allies, and a fairly rare Faden's medal for killing the last enemy player with my final shell. And there you have it, boys and girl. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you didn't, leave a comment and let me know what I can do to improve. I'm open to suggestions. And I'd like to give a shout out to the true hero of this video, the Artie, Giga Not. Without whom, we would have lost, and I would have been sad. Good game, fellow tanker. This has been Sentient Eagle, until next time.